NuubCast. Greetings, fellow noobs. Welcome to another NuubCast. We're in Metalopolis. This is a 1v1. Well, I really only do 1v1s, although I do have a couple team games in the queue, because we do it sometimes up in here. But right now, this is a ZvP, and our resident Master Zerg player is on the... I was going to say on the hill. That's a baseball reference to a pitcher, if you're familiar. I could have said in the batter's box, or I could have said up to bat. I could have said... Oh, I don't know. Could have said a ton of things. But it doesn't matter. It's freaking Soul Steel, baby! His opponent, also Masters Protoss Idol, or E-Idol. I'm going to just call him Idol. He is our blue Protoss player. Some interesting things and a funny story. Just as we are waiting out the beginning of this game, as always. Always a slow part in the action as we get initial scouts, and as we see, obviously we see we're in close positions. Idol is going to be doing a Forge Fast Expand, and of course Soul Steel is going to see that, and even though he's got his pull down, he's immediately going to drop a hatchery, undoubtedly, as soon as he got that money. But anyway, couple things. I just spent a lot of time messing with the new XSplit. Going to attempt to... Oh no! Idol with the pylon for the hatchery block. Pretty darn good. Not gonna kill that. Oh, but the pylon was cancelled. Hatch goes down. And all is right in the world. Idol gonna drop his Nexus as well. So yeah, I'm messing around. Oh, by the way, if you're not familiar, this is NuubCast. I'm Blamus. We specialize in non-pro gameplay. The simple idea here is that we want to show that fun, exciting, and educational games can happen at any level. And we encourage you, if you have a game that you would like to see cast, to send your replays to noobcast@gmail.com. I will send your replay through my sophisticated replay system. And if it is accepted, your game too shall be cast for the internet to gawk upon, for you to send to your friends and family, and you can all loll at your noobosity. Yes, we're all noobs here. It's nothing to be afraid of, or ashamed of, which is what I actually wanted to say. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I am so sick and tired of Sony Vegas that I am trying to find better ways to bring my video content to you. The good thing about using Sony Vegas is that I can do a fair bit of post-production in Fraps. You don't notice this if you're playing, but StarCraft is a pretty dark game, and when you encode it, it records pretty dark, so when you encode it, it doesn't look as bright as it might when you're playing. So what I do, and part of the reasons why my videos look so good, and I've gotten compliments from people from all quarters, is that I do a little post-production in Vegas and brighten it and make it look just a little bit more presentable. I'm not a whiz at Sony Vegas, so that probe did finally die. But the problem, my dilemma is this. My dilemma is that XSplit will encode on the fly. And it's okay. You know, the quality is not bad. I'm not upset with it. I just did a test video that's about 5 minutes long, and my computer, I need to upgrade it, which is what my funny story is all about. It's not even really that funny, but I need to upgrade it. I'm going to upgrade RAM. I can't really do anything about the processor because it's a stock Dell system and I can't overclock or anything. I do have a nice i7-920. It's first generation, so whatever, but I'm not getting a new computer anytime soon. At least not one that's going to be able to help with this stuff. And, you know, if I'm begging for money for a microphone, I obviously can't afford to be dropping ducats on a new system. Zealot coming in. This is a scouting Zealot. He really wants to see. He's looking for tech. He's not really trying to do damage. He tried to get up the ramp. He couldn't. Now he's just basically trying to get away. And he didn't really get much as far as information. He was looking for this, and maybe layer tech, but he didn't get up the ramp, so he didn't get to see. Soul Steel's Overlord probably already saw that Stargate. Yes, he did. Void Ray coming out. So this is actually a pretty good opening for Protoss. It's a fast expand, 1 gate Stargate. I'm gonna make some Void Rays, and Void Ray's not going to do much because there's already 3 queens on the field. And look at how fast Soul Steel's 3rd is up and running. Love it, love it, love it. Spore Crawler's going down, so obviously Soul Steel is well aware of the game. So the Void Ray is not going to be able to do much, but this, which is, you know, it's pretty good. If you can kill some Overlords. Oh, nice transfuse on the Obi. And all 4 queens up in here. The Void Ray will get away because they don't want to crawl off onto the creep. Off of the creep. And speaking of creep, very nice spread by Soul Steel. The Void Ray just barely getting away. So yeah, XSplit does a decent job, but it records darker, as I was just talking about. So if I do make the switch to XSplit, it'll probably be fairly noticeable. So that's one factor. Other factor is it's cool. XSplit is a great program. You can really do awesome transitions. I could probably get higher level production out of XSplit just because it's easier to do cool things like transitions and stuff. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Queens are working it for Soul Steel. Doing a good job defending, just staying active. Idol getting his 3rd down. And really the Queens are the only units. Check the units tab. Queens is really the only units. He just popped a bunch of Zerglings, obviously, as you see them run by. But those Queens, up until here, we're at the almost 11 minutes, and those 4 Queens were the only units that Soul Steel had on the field. Kind of playing a little bit greedy, but pretty darn good. And these Lings are going to be used to stall this 3rd. Very smart. They're going to get in there. And before this can finish and the wall off can happen, as you know, Protoss love to stack warp gates over here. These Lings are going to come in. They're going to cause cancel. I imagine on everything. He's going to have to cancel everything. It's so close to being finished, and he has to cancel that Nexus. Here comes the army. First major exchange. And it's not going to be a big one as the Lings are going to run away and everything's going to be back to normal. And in the meantime, Soul's still dropping a 4th hatchery. Wow. Pretty freaking baller. Food's pretty even here. Loving, loving, loving this creep spread. It's just gooping up the world. I love it. So yeah. And also, my frames per second is like really, really, really bad when I try to record with XSplit and encode on the fly. So the game runs at about 10 to 15 frames per second, which right now it's around 18 to 20, which is basically as that's as slow as you want it to be. That's as low as you want it to be to have it look decent. Like, it looks pretty good right now. It looks okay, at least. See the Protoss player warping in. Got Colossus. Does he have upgrades? 1-1. What's our Zerglius doing? With he's got Mutas out. Sorry, I'm like talking all kinds of smack and not really doing. No upgrades though on the Mutas. Lings are 1 Carapace. We got a macro hatch going down, so we got 4 bases and a macro hatch. Soul Steel, if he's able to hold off this attack, is going to be in amazing shape. These mutas are not going to kill anything, and he doesn't look like he loses that many. More mutas, got roaches popping now, baneling nest going down, carapace range and flyer attacks heading up. Mutas in here attacking, killing some probes. Did he get, how many did he get? Many? Oh, nice, got about 10 probes there. Pretty baula. And just boning up on the units is Soul Steel, continuing to spread the creep. Getting his 4th base up and running. He's going to have more larvae than you can shake your face at. And it's going to be a good time for everybody. Again, mutas. Blink's not done. He's not getting Blink. He's not getting anything out of the Twilight Council. I wonder if we're going to see some Templar. Kind of a slowly building game, even by our standards, although 15 minutes. Pretty good. Mutas are going to attack over here, and as you notice, he's sending a huge Ling Force around over here. Now, they're not going to be able to do anything up here because there's 3 cannons, and he's not even going to try. He's going to run right by, get into the natural, I'm guessing. Nope, he's going to come in the other side to the 3rd. Very nice. But there's a lot of cannons, tons of zealots. These Lings are not going to do anything. They're probably just going to die. Not even going to kill anything once Colossus get in here. They are done. But now the mutas can come in, and they're going to kill this Robo. Couple of Stalkers trying really hard to get in here. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? He does get it, and he loses a couple mutas, but not a terrible trade because he's going to slow down any more Colossus production. And that's really good for the Zerg player. It has 3 out already, which is more than enough, more than you want, and double Robo going down for Idol over here. No harass for the Protoss player. Zerg players keeping him in his base, which is exactly what you want to do. But now the Protoss player getting a little wary of all of that muta aggression. So he wants to move out now. He's adding more Stalkers, but looks these 2 armies are completely going to miss each other. So who's going to come back first? Obviously, Soul Steel making his way back. Nope. He didn't see an army there, so now Idol knows that he's in a bad place. He's going to get caught out of position. Looks like here comes Soul Steel down the ramp, so now Idol knows where he is. Oh no, they're going to go for a base trade here? Is he going to come in from behind? If he gets a good round of larva off, he's got tons of money. Even if he just made Lings, he could get a really nice sandwich here. The Colossus up on the high ground, then nothing to protect them. The mutas are going to completely take them down. Banelings coming around. Oh, getting nice force fields here is Idol. Roaches coming in from the side. Mutas from the high ground. Blink in effect. Those last few Banelings are coming in. They're not doing anything. Idol really coming out so far on top here. It looks like Void Ray doing tons of damage to these roaches. And it looks like there's enough Stalkers to last. But out pop 30 some odd roaches. And they're going to close this down. And these Stalkers are going to have to blink out of here. And there's no A. Oh, the Queen snipes the Void Ray. Awesome. But a 4th base in the meantime going down for Idol. But there is going to be a counterattack of huge number of roaches coming down.